and today we're going to be learning how to do this. Why so serious? So we will be learning how to do Joker transformation effect, and it's all going to be done in After Effects, and the process will involve face tracking, puppet pins, track motions, and perspective corner pin trackers. So without further ado, let's get into our comp file. So this is my final look, my final comp, and let's check out the pre-comps and the layers that I did before we get to the final result. So if I'm gonna isolate this layer right here, this is my Joker layer. So I'm just gonna double click it, go inside. This is where my face is located. This is my source. So I'm just gonna double click my source, and I'm gonna double click it again, and this is where everything happened. So if you break it down, this is the front cover. I mean the front suit, the right arm, left arm, and I created an alpha to color correct my hair. So let's do first things first. Let's grab our source footage. Let me delete this one real quick. So I'm just going to right click my source footage, interpret footage, go to main, check our frame rate. So 30 frames per second is okay. And I'm just going to click and drag it to a new comp, and voila. Let me check if I'm recording properly. Okay, that's fine. So for the sake of tutorial, I'm just going to cut this one down to around 7 seconds, maybe 9. Okay, so let's cut it down, and I'm going to change the setting to 9 seconds. Okay, and from here I can select my layer, select an ellipse tool, and just left click and drag a simple ellipse tool on the face of the character, and go to your mask, mask 1, right click, track mask, and under method drop it down and select face tracking detailed features. Okay, so face tracking detailed features, and then it'll give you a button that says set rest pose. Now my frame 0 is where my face is resting, so it's perfect to set it as a rest pose. I'm just going to click set rest pose, and it will say 0, 0, 0, so like that, and then I can press the play button, and it will start tracking the points on my faces. So we'll wait for a few seconds for this to complete. I might as well fast forward this later. And this points, we will be using this points to as a references for our puppet pins. It's gonna be a little tricky if it's your first time doing this, because you need to remember what number of points are on a specific area of the face. So you need to repeat this one several times to really get it right. All right, and it automatically generates keyframes on my timeline. So as you can see right there, so those points have a really good track on my face. Okay, so let's insert a fit, and under my mask I'm just gonna set it to none, okay, since we don't really need to mask everything out. So now the tracking points are under effects face track points. Now let me press the tilde key and show you guys what are the properties under each uh, part. So left eye contains left eyebrow inner, eyebrow middle, outer, left eye inner, left pupil, left eye outer. Now the reason why I'm saying this one is because you need to remember, say if we zoom it in, okay, left eye eyebrow inner is actually located here. This is your left, because when you're facing your computer, you might be thinking that this is your right, but it's actually what it says here, left, is the left of your footage. That means it's your screen right. Okay, so left eyebrow inner is this one right here. Left eyebrow middle is located here. Left eyebrow outer is here. Left eye inner, pupil, left eye outer. Okay, so and same as on other parts of your face. So let's go to project panel and let's grab our mask. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab my my PSD mask, and let me save this one just in case it crashes. So I edited this one in Photoshop, so I'm just gonna position it, press shift, scale. So I'm gonna adjust the press T for opacity and just adjust the opacity, maybe 50%, just to see what's inside under the face. Okay, and I can even adjust this one here, maybe. Yeah, that's okay. All right, perfect. Now, once you make all your changes, you need to pre-comp this one. Okay, let me turn it back to 100 and right click pre-comp. Okay, and let's just rename it as test Joker mask. Okay. Move all attributes to the new composition, press OK. Now what it does when you pre-comp it, it matches the resolution of your source footage. Okay, if you don't pre-comp it, it will not work. Okay, so make sure that you pre-comp this one. Now zoom a little bit closer, and over here is the puppet position pin tool. So make sure you select your test Joker mask pre-comp, select the puppet position. Now we could drop down the source footage, and this one is just for reference. So this one right here, make sure that you're selecting your test Joker mask pre-comp, and I'm going to say this is the left eyebrow inner. Okay, this is my left eyebrow middle, left eyebrow outer, and what else? It says left eye inner, so this one here will be my left eye inner, left pupil, left eye outer. Okay, and from there I'm just gonna drop down my right eye, but make sure you're currently selecting the pre-comp. Okay, don't select the source footage, this is just for reference right here. So again, on the right eye, I'm going to select right eyebrow inner, right eyebrow middle, right eyebrow outer, right eye inner, right pupil, right eye outer. Okay, then I'm going to drop down the nose. Okay, nose bridge. The nose bridge will be here, and nose tip. This is going to be my nose tip. Left nostril, and right nostril. Okay, and let's go to the mouth. Mouth has four parts. Mouth left, mouth top, mouth right, and mouth bottom. Okay, let's go to the cheeks and chin. So left cheek top, this is your left cheek top right here. Left cheek top, left cheek middle, right cheek top, right cheek middle, and then select the last one is your chin. Okay, so, and make sure that you're still on your test Joker mask pre-comp. So once you've done that, you could go back to your selection tool, and it's going to be located under Effects Puppet Mesh 1, and if you drop down Mesh 1, it's going to be under Deform. When you click Deform now, these are all your puppet pins, and it has numbers. So it's going to be confusing at first, okay? So don't you worry. This takes a few repetitions to get it right. So again, the puppet pin 1, 2, 3 is this one 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. This is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Okay, so I already memorized it because I've been repeating this one over and over again. So now, once you have that, you need to connect the puppet pins to the face track points. Okay, so in order to do that, let's move that down there. Let's drop down the puppet pin 1, and you will see the position, and you will see the pick whip. Okay, so then drop down the face track point. Let's start with the left eye. Okay, so puppet pin position on the pick whip, left click and just drag it to the left eyebrow inner. Okay, so check this out. Boom, right there, that one moves. So that's correct. Okay, so we got puppet pin 1. Let's close that one. Let's go to puppet pin 2, which is this one, which is left eyebrow middle. So left click, left eyebrow middle. That's good. Let's go to puppet pin 3, which is the left eyebrow outer. Okay, pick whip, left eyebrow outer. Boom, right there, shows. And then puppet pin 4 is left eye inner. This is 4, left eye inner. Okay, that's correct. Puppet pin 5 is left pupil. Okay, that's correct. Sometimes I have to double check it. So puppet pin 6 is left eye outer. Okay, awesome. So now all my left eye is everything is connected. So do the same thing on the right eye and to the nose. And but anyway, let's just do it here, right eye, so that just for the sake of the beginners. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'll start. This one is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 7, puppet pin 7 is my right eyebrow inner. Okay, pick whip, boom, right there. So I can even zoom this one out and adjust the viewport, so to give it more real estate. Okay, so we just connected puppet pin 7. Let's go to puppet pin 8, right eyebrow middle. Okay, that's correct. Puppet pin 9, right eyebrow outer. Okay, 10 will be right eye inner. Perfect. 11 will be right pupil. 12 will be right eye outer. Okay, let's save this one real quick just in case. Now we're done with our right eye. Now let's move on to our nose. Okay, so our nose, it consists of the bridge, the tip, and the left and right nostrils. So we're just done with number 12, right? So let's start with 13, which is the nose bridge. Okay, nose bridge. 14 is the nose tip. Okay, 15 is the left nostril. Okay, 16 is the right nostril. And we're done with our nose. Now let's go to our mouth, which is puppet pin 17. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with my mouth left. Okay, that's cool. So if you run out of space, don't worry. Now you can always go like 18. If you run out, just pick whip it and just drag it to the bottom, and the interface will adjust. This is mouth top. Pin 19 will be mouth right. Puppet pin 20 will be mouth bottom. Bottom, I mean. Okay. So now it's all on the cheeks and the chin. So now it's easy to connect those. I already memorized it. So if you are familiar with everything, you just tilde key this one right here. So puppet pin 21 is my cheeks and chin. So I go left cheek top, puppet 22, left cheek middle, 23, right cheek top, 24, right cheek middle. Puppet pin 25 is your chin. Okay, so press the tilde key again and just close your comp, drag it back, save, and you can press T, change the opacity just to show what it looks like. Okay, and then I'm going to press 0. Okay, so that's how you do it. And if you notice, and you could still fix this one if you want. Okay, if you see all these edges right here and you wanted to really follow the curve of your face, you can actually do that by selecting the layer. And I'm just gonna bring in the mesh warp. Okay, you could bring in a mesh warp, and you can basically just add, maybe let's set this one at 20. We'll see. Okay, 20, something like this, and just start moving this guy right here. But be careful though, because the deformations might not be perfect. So you could just go like this. You could even animate this one to really match it, and that's what I did. Okay, you could animate the mesh if you want. So let me delete the mesh warp right there. And from here, the next thing that I did was I track my source footage using track motion over here. Okay, so let's try to track the my let's do a perspective corner pin track, okay, on this one right here. So I'm just going to click track motion, okay, and under the track type, I'm going to go perspective corner pin, and I'm just going to bring track 1. Why is it not moving? Oh, why is it stuck? Uh, let me track it and reset it. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes the tracker gets weird and freaks out. So you just have to run a track and reset it to bring it back to normal. And I'm just gonna drag it over here. Track 1 point. Track 2 is gonna be here. Really, After Effects? It is weird. Okay, let's reset this one. Okay, so now it's working. That was weird. Okay, and I'm just gonna adjust my boxes. Sometimes the perspective corner pin is glitchy, so you just have to play, analyze it, and then stop and reset. So I don't understand why you have to do that, but okay. So now we have that, and make sure that you have a null. Okay, so let's create a null first. Layer, new, make a null object. Okay, and under edit target, just select null 5. Okay, before you track, make sure that your edit target There's your null 5 and press analyze forward, and I am confident on the tracking because I didn't really move too much, so I'm okay with that. So we're tracking it. Everything is fine for now. I think it's looking pretty good. Okay, so we got that. Scrub the timeline. It's looking good. And then I'm going to press apply. And it will apply on my null right there. Okay, so all my information will be on the null. And same thing as this one right here. And that's your corner pin. I'm going to select my footage again, and I'm going to track motion, and I'm just going to do select the rotation. This is going to be an ordinary track. So just gonna start there. I didn't really move much of my arm, so I'm just gonna go like that. I'm gonna create another null. Okay, layer null. That's null 6, and I'm gonna press edit target null 6. Press OK, and then I will start tracking. This is for my left arm for the suit. Okay, so that's good. Have a good track, and then I'm gonna press apply. Make sure it's X and Y. Okay, that is good right there. Then we'll make one more track for our right arm. So I'm going to select my source footage again. I'm going to select track motion again and click rotation. Position your tracking points like so. Okay, and I'm going to create another null object. Okay, that's null 7. I'm going to go to edit target null 7, press OK, and I'm going to start tracking, analyze forward. Everything looks fine if you don't move too much. Okay, so you get the track, and then I'm going to hit apply, X and Y, press OK. All right, so our null 5, let's rename our null to null underscore body. Okay, so that we know. Then this one here will be null underscore left arm. This one here will be null right arm. Okay, now we can close our layer, and we can try to bring in our PSD files of our vests. Okay, so I have the front vest, so I'm just going to drag it here. That's the front vest. Just position it however you want. You could use a mesh warp. Okay, position however you want, and you could connect it to the null body. Okay, so it's definitely tracking properly. You can, if you want, there are some parts here that are showing, so you could, again, you could do a mesh warp. Okay, you could go and add a mesh warp, and you could just select a point, just drag it, and you could set the keyframes. Mesh warp there. Let's set the distortion mesh right there, and let's hop to frame 1 second, then 2 seconds, 3. So third second, you can just move this one over here. Okay, so however you want, you can definitely edit the position of your shirt, just like so. Go 7, until everything matches, just like that. Over here needs a little bit of adjustment. That one needs a little bit of adjustment. I forgot this one right here. Okay, so that's the front suit. And let's go back to our project files, and let's drag our arm sleeve. Did I pre-comp this one? Oh, let's see. Oh, because I pre-comp it because I used it. I flip it in a mirror as a mirror. So, but it depends on you. You can just select and drag the arm, and I just scale it up. Okay, scale it up, and I'm comparing it to my left arm. Okay, so it even moves. So again, to refine it, just add a mesh warp if you think it's not properly tracked. You could definitely compensate it with a mesh warp. Same thing as the other arm. And you guys might be wondering, how did I remove the background? Well, if I'm going to hide all this, on my source footage, I actually used a Roto Brush. Okay, so you could definitely use a Roto Brush. It's a very nice tool. You could double click on the footage, takes you to layer, and you could click on the Roto Brush, and what it does is, if you left click and just draw, like this, it automatically detects this one. So this one here needs to fixing, so all you need to do is just left click it here, and you could clean this one up right here by pressing Alt. You could even adjust the brushes here. Where is that thing? You can press Alt. See, when you press Alt, it becomes a minus brush, and all you have to do is, see, and there's a more in-depth tutorial on how to do the Roto Brush. Okay, you could definitely play around with the Roto Brush, just like that. Okay, you can check the alpha right there. So pretty fast. You could even refine some of the edges if you want. Okay, I will probably be doing another tutorial about roto brushes, but for now I'm just going to do one frame for the sake of the tutorial. And after that one, you could left click hold and you can use refine edge tool. And what refine edge tool does is if you just left click and paint it on the edge, After Effects will recognize your edge, and see that one right there. So it recognizes that, okay, this is my edge, and I'm just gonna refine it as much as I can, especially on the hair detail right there. See right there, it actually gives a nice little, it's like an alpha. It's generating an alpha for your edges. So you can do that for sure. Just left click. Okay, I'm just gonna complete this one frame over here so that you guys will have an idea of how I remove the background. You can also do the old school way, the pen tool, which is fine if if you prefer it that way. But I believe the Roto Brush on After Effects 2021 is really accurate. And I'm using, I think this is 2019, yes, 2019. So let me just complete the edge right here. Okay, so once you've done that to all your frames, you can click freeze. Okay, you click freeze. I'm not going to click it now, but you can click freeze and it will make your roto permanent. It's more like it bakes it out. Okay, so that's how you do the roto brush. So with that said, okay, if you turn on your layers, let me grab the other sleeve just to and I'm gonna type mirror. I think I'm just gonna go 180. I think I've lost it. Never mind. Just gonna flip it the old school way, like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna parent it to my right arm. Okay. And yeah, that's it. And for the hair, uh, what I did was uh, I shuffled this guy right here. So I went to my source, go effect, channel, and I say set channels. Okay, and but first I look at the red channel. Okay, I look at the red channel, I look at the green, and I look at the blue. And I think my red has more contrast to create a good alpha. So what I did was I set everything to red. Okay, I set everything to red channel, and I add a levels channel, color correction, levels, just like so. And then I try to create like a very rough alpha channel, like a very rough alpha. So make the black value is really dark and the white value is white. Okay, just like that. Okay, because once you generate this type of effect, you can actually add an invert. Okay, and now you have an alpha of your hair. Okay, and once you've done that, you could basically just grab a pen tool and just mask your hair. You could even add the hair below, just like that. And now you have an alpha. Okay, and then you have to animate it, to match the whole time frame. And then you could use this one you could set matte it and use it to color correct your hair. So pretty cool technique. And once you have that, all you need to do is uh, just try to color correct and match. And let's turn off some of these stuff right here. Okay, so I downloaded a background. Okay, and I have my Joker, and then I did a light wrap. Okay, uh, there's a good tutorial about light wrap in YouTube, and all you have to do is if you turn off all these, okay, if you solo this one, it's basically a box blur, and I did a set matte, and I make sure that my foreground for layer will be my set matte, and I adjusted and I checked invert matte there, and then I made a channel blur, and I duplicated the set matte over here, and I uncheck the invert matte, and thus creating a really nice light wrap to blend your foreground to your background. It's really cool stuff right there. And I added some optical flares to just cover up all the unnecessary wiggling because it's not perfect. So, and I also did a tracker for my background to match the animation. To match the animation of the camera. Okay, so I track the background, and I parent my background to my null, and I made a vignette, classic vignette right there, very easy to make. It's just a reverse ellipse tool with on a black solid, and you just fast box blur it, and made some adjustment layers, added some glow, and over here I added some trap code plugins to have my film look, and that's it. That's a wrap. So I hope you guys learn a thing or two on this cheap trick on how to transform Joker. I had my footage here, my fire footage here, but I kind of lost it. So but yeah, hopefully you could try different costumes and superheroes and use the puppet pen tool, the face tracking, the perspective corner pens and track motions, and you could dress up as a hero or a villain. And hopefully you like this tutorial. Give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you can. Thank you, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.